The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Ellinger. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Ellinger. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's got this down to the 35.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
On 1st down, it's Ellinger. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And he'll just get rid of it. This defense for the Jets, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
To throw is Ellinger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 30 yards. And the Colts are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. give left side here for Nwangu. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On first down, Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Ninth play of the drive coming up. It's certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here on the jet sweep. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac. Did you trade 6s for 3s? Things are going to work out in your favor.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the handoff, Taylor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play call is working very well for them right now.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Ellinger to throw. Forced out to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Working out of the shotgun is Ellinger. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down. 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Ellinger. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Calvin Ridley, 85 yards. And the Colts continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morgan. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. To throw again is Wilson. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. On second down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free, they need to get some takeaways as well.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
He's picked off at his own 46. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. This one complete to Scott Miller. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On second down now, it's Hines. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now Wilson on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And the clock reads 30 seconds to go, so really not a whole lot of time to speak of. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quinnen Williams forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson dancing to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's caught right side by Anderson. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. First down marker at the 8. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Kene Nwangu taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Jets have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, but as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
On play action, Ehlinger taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nicole Hardman, 79 yards.
And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Lambeau on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And this one is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Handoff here to Nwangu. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Anthony Schwartz there to make the grab. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it to the house.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Ellinger. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brent.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll drop to throw.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
The lone second remains now in this third quarter. On 2nd and 12. Ellinger taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. He'll look to throw. Eluding, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. This is Hines. Finds a seam inside the 40. And some room to maneuver. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 15.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Taylor.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Colts pick it up. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Taylor. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Hines. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mecole Hardman saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Lambo on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll check this down to Hines.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Ellinger looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Wilson to throw. Completes to Njoku. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. He's back to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Oh, it's an enormous call here. They'll go for 2. 1 play to keep their postseason alive. Wilson going to throw for it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Snags it for the pick. He's got daylight. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Boy, a bad break. Just got the lead on the touchdown, and now they're going to have to go on defense at the 40-yard line here as things get good in the 4th quarter. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.